What's up, you geeks? We're at it again. Of course, it's me, Jason Filthy Jones, bringing you another show talking about everything going down with Marvel. Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 6, dropped last week. Last episode, it is over. The show is done. Now, hopefully, you guys caught it. If you didn't, hop off, go catch it, come back, and let's get into it. So, with all that being said, let's get geeked. Now, guys, so many things happen in this show, but before I jump in and dive into different things, and trust me, I'm not going to completely go over the show. I'm just going to touch on bases of different areas. First off, I want to talk about basically my opinion on how the show wrapped and basically what the show was about and the storylines. Now, remember when I first started talking to you guys about everything going down with Falcon and Winter Soldier, I thought it was going to come off kind of harsh, especially with the political and the outrage that's gone on in America with different things going on. So bringing in this storyline at the same time, it was kind of iffy of where we're going to go. A lot of people could have hated it. A lot of people could have liked it. A lot of people could have completely just turned on it and been done with Marvel. But I have to admit, as the show wrapped up, it was an amazing show. There was a lot of things that happened in it that turned out to be really good. I loved how the story was told about the dark side of the shield, like the testing of the African American soldiers, Isaiah Bradley's story, the completion and wrap up of all that, just the diversity of what was going on in the show with everything that's going on in the world today. The basically the stories of how the Flag Smashers wanted a one world system, and just the back and forth of Sam trying to decide if he was going to take on the mantle or not take on the mantle, if he even fit to be, if he was fit to take on the mantle. And we can't forget the backstories of basically Bucky and his turmoil of trying to overcome his dark side of being Winter Soldier, and if he was going to be able to step in and become that hero and become that person that people appreciated. I just think the storyline really meshed together really well. They told it really well, and gave you some dark moments of just what Marvel had in their comic books, where they had some really dark histories and some really evil plots. I just think overall it was a really good show. I think it was actually pretty much done a little bit better with story wise telling with Falcon and Winter Soldier than WandaVision. Um, but overall, I just think it's a show that everybody should catch, and I think that if you didn't watch the show, or people haven't seen the show, or people aren't talking about the show, or people are iffy about the show, it's one of those shows you should just give a try and dive into. I think you would actually fall in love with the MCU and also Marvel comic books, and giving you really good, a really good aspect of understanding of where they're trying to go with comic books nowadays. But with all that being said, guys, now we have to get to the episode. So let's talk about basically what the episode was about. Literally, it was the introduction to Sam being Captain America, Sam's suit, basically all the new tricks and gadgets and styles of things that he's able to do with his suit. The like I said before, Bucky's coming out party of him actually becoming that superhero, and the introduction of U.S. Agent, and of course, I took the biggest L of all. Sharon Carter being portrayed as being the power broker. And don't worry, guys, I'm not going back on my word. I still have some couple ideas and some couple of theories, and I'll throw those at you guys later when we get into about Sharon Carter. But with that, guys, I have to say the suit looks marvelous. It looks exactly just like how he's using that same stylish suit in the comic books right now, and I think it looked great. I love the way they introduced the suit with him breaking through the window and giving you a really good glimpse of the red, white, and blue. Him wearing the stars and stripes, him being able to carry the shield, and also portraying that the connection of him meshing his techniques of Falcon and of being the Falcon and also being Captain America. As you guys see him using his wings a lot more with combining the use of the shield, and you also get the glimpse of old Cap, where Cap was able to magnetically attach his shield to his back. There you go with Sam having the same thing, the same kind of style of where he's able to magnetically connect it to his back. We also get to see that Red Wing is back, and not just one Red Wing. Red Wing is able to split into multiple different drones. Also, you guys will probably be kind of confused if you don't read the comic books or anything like that. But in the storyline of the comic books, he never really actually got a suit from Wakanda. It was actually a suit that he developed and everything, and then basically the same kind of stuff. But I see what they're doing here. You guys always have to remember MCU isn't gonna completely adapt the comic books. They take parts and bits and pieces here and there and mesh it together, same way that they were able to mesh all these storylines together, because these are multiple storylines that are pulled together to tell these storylines. And I do like how they cleanly are leading into other series, other movies. Can't wait to see what's going to happen with these series. Anyways, but staying on track, let's stay on course. You get to see the basically the world giving the approval that they loved that Falcon took on the Captain America mantle. That you see that where everybody's basically shooting him, filming him, talking to him, cheering as he's saving people. And you also get the inlet of the little joke side comedy storyline about Captain America, Steve Rogers, where the guy literally said, "Who are you?" And "I'm Captain America." "Oh, I thought Captain America was on the moon." It turns into just a lovely event of being able to see that the mantle has been handed over to Sam, and Sam is feeling great to be adapted into it and accepted as being Captain America. Now, we also get the turmoil of Bucky ending basically his depression, I guess you could say. It's not completely done, but I mean, like, just his state of being confused if he is going to be a hero or if he still is Winter Soldier. And we get that by him as he's going out to take on Carly, and he's forced to make the decision: should he take out Carly or should he save the GRC members? And you see that Bucky makes that choice. And we get that same kind of storyline with John Walker. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But there's a couple other things that I noticed about Bucky. And we're starting to see people are wondering if he's still going to be called Bucky or is he going to be called Winter Soldier or anything. Throughout the whole comic book storyline right now, he's still called Winter Soldier. He's adapted to becoming the superhero that he was supposed to be, and erasing all the drama and the anguish that it was left over from him from when he worked for Hydra. So we're seeing that as that develops in this storyline. Now, the only issue I have with this show a little bit is that I feel like we didn't get that much about Bucky, but I get it. It was a very short series, so you're more concentrated on telling the storyline of Sam becoming Captain America. But I wish we would have got a little bit more intrigue of seeing him start to become that superhero a little bit more, where he's starting to develop his suit and stuff, where we'll probably get it down later on. Sorry guys, huge geek about it. It's just yeah. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite characters. Anyways, moving on, we also get the development of that we see John Walker has basically came to terms and realization of that what he's caused and how he wants to finish what he started with the Flag Smashers, but also showing that he's starting to have that split. I don't want to say split personality, that he's basically turning into the John Walker that he is in the comic books, where he wants to be the superhero, but he's more diligent about getting the mission done than anything. And as you see that turmoil where he has that tear between him as he sees the GRC truck about to fall over into the construction zone, and he has to make the decision either to go after Carly or to rescue the GRC members. And of course he goes for the GRC. Now he's not actually able to save them, and that's because he's being attacked by other members of the Flag Smashers, and that's where we get Sam saving him. do really love how they did that shot. Just the come over of seeing the shield and seeing the suit and seeing the two Red Wing droids being able to push up the truck and being able to see everything that happened there. It was a beautiful aspect of how they did that shot because it really captures the essence of Sam becoming Captain America. Now, all that aside, we're starting to see that with these storylines, they're going in multiple different ways of telling two different. I don't. I want to say series. I also think there might be a movie coming out of it too, and where I'm talking about the Secret Invasion series and also Thunderbolts. And we get that by Val basically getting John Walker to understand that he's going to be adapting into becoming the U.S. agent. That's why we see the red and black suit. You guys will see the shield will change probably 2 or 3 more times in the next series or movie. Sorry, guys. I've been trying to look to see. I think they're doing a Thunderbolt series and they might be doing a movie. But I also know that they are doing Secret Invasion. And I think that's where we're going to start seeing a lot of these other characters. I also think we're going to see Bucky probably in Black Panther 2. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be amazed if we see Bucky, Zemo, Captain America, which I mean Sam. Like I said, gonna take some time getting used to calling him Captain America because they are still running another side story with Steve Rogers about him playing Captain America, and I think we're gonna get more of that and Secret Invasion. Now, the reason I'm rushing through a lot of this is because my more emphasis that I wanted to talk to you guys about was Sharon Carter, because that was the hugest, like, what the moment that I've had for a very long time. Because if people know who Sharon Carter is and who she's related and her family line goes throughout the CIA, and they've been tied to Captain America, been tied to the Avengers, Peggy Carter. There's also storylines of where Peggy Carter is the actual one that ends up getting the serum and she becomes a superhero. And so for them to spin off and have Sharon Carter come out as basically the power broker is completely like just mind boggling, because you would never see her be that dark or evil to be that traitor. Just, I guess you would say, a Benedict Arnold to be a traitor to her country or to the United States, or just to ever turn on her country would not be a typical thing for a Carter, because the Carter family have a huge history line in basically Marvel Comics. Now, that leads me to believe, and I know if you guys watch any other podcast, YouTube, or anything other, you're going to see a lot of people. There's a lot of mixtures of people wondering, is that really Sharon Carter? And with me, the reason that we're saying this and a lot of people are saying this and that I'm still believing that Sharon Carter is not that dark, because trust me, she's not the type to use the mercury vapor. She will take out somebody by shooting them or anything like that. But that is like her last resort. So to see her kill Baccarat and to kill Carly is just like, what the hell? But the huge thing that I want to say here is this: with knowing that they're developing Secret Invasion, and knowing, yes, I get it, Skrill wouldn't need to use the mesh to change their face for the holographic image or anything, because they are able to literally turn into whoever they want. They're able to copy that person's DNA pretty much. But I would have to say she wouldn't be able to do that and show her face to Bucky if she was a Skrill. So what I'm saying here is, I really believe that Sharon Carter is going to end up being a Skrill. I don't think that's the actual Sharon Carter. So I'm going to continue saying that I don't believe Sharon Carter is the power broker. I really do believe that we're going to end up finding out that the Mandarin's the true power broker and running everything. But we're going to have to see, because I mean, just in the post credit scenes as Sharon Carter gets pardoned, you see her walk out, get on her phone, and make that phone call, like open up the books and open up the and go to all of our buyers because we're about to be in the secret business and government business because she has so much. Basically, the doors are open like floodgates for her. But if you notice in that little part of that scene, she actually looks directly at the camera as to show like a shocker. And that's what gives me the idea that I think that she's actually a Skrill, not actually Sharon Carter. But we're gonna have to see how that plays out, guys. There's so much with this show that was just great. Also, we have to talk about that Zemo got the last laugh as he killed off the last remaining super soldiers from the Flag Smashers by using his butler to blow up the truck. Now, you guys are probably wondering, like, how the hell was he able to orchestrate that from the rat from being in prison? Now, guys, in the comic book, Zemo is the actual one that puts together the Thunderbolts, which are the anti-superhero team, basically. And General Thunderbolt is part of that, and he does assist with it. But Zemo was the big player. Now, what made me laugh in this whole thing is if you guys remember where Val is talking to John Walker and his wife. Basically, oh well, not actually John Walker and his wife. He's talking to just John Walker's wife. She says, "Oh well, Zemo got the last laugh. He was able to take out the super soldiers, leaving there no more super soldiers." Now, she hints at, what if I was the one that, or what if I assisted in that, or it was a help to orchestrate? Maybe I was, or maybe I wasn't. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if she is teaming up with Zemo and also General Thunderbolt, and we're going to get the Thunderbolts, and I think that we'll be seeing them more in Armor Wars, which is going to be the one with Rhodey, who is the basically War Machine, Don Cheadle, playing War Machine. So I can't wait to see where that's going to go. And I also think they're going to end up doing Dark Avengers. Now, guys, Dark Avengers, if you guys think John Walker was bad, whew, that comic book, love that comic book. You guys should check it out if you guys are able to. I think that's going to be another show that we're going to see. Also, we got the wrap up with Isaiah Bradley and also Elijah Bradley as Sam is showing that he also honored him and showing that he was another Captain America and that he will never be forgotten because he's in the Captain America exhibits. Now, guys, don't be amazed if you see Chris Evans come back as Captain America, and it's probably going to be running in two different storylines because Sam is Captain America now. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a hint off that Steve Rogers is on the moon. I think that's where we're going with this, and that's where he's going to come back during storylines, maybe in Secret Invasion, where we'll probably see him and Sam teaming up with Bucky, taking on the Skrull. Now, can't wait to see where that storyline is going. A lot going on there too. But that's pretty much where we're going with this show. It was a development and a shocker to see everything how it played out. But they are going into different storylines here. We probably will see Elijah Bradley maybe next year. They're going to start coming out with Young Avengers. There is talks that there possibly could be a season 2 for, I guess, Captain America and Winter Soldier now. But we're going to have to see how it plays out. They're trying to see what the numbers are looking like and everything. So with that and the completion of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're going to be getting into Loki, guys. So please stay tuned for that one. But before you guys go, I have a couple of things that came out in the news for Marvel. Huge thing. But first, I got to talk about Russell Crowe. Oh my Lord, playing Zeus. Now, guys, if you guys haven't read the comic books, later on down the line, they did bring in Zeus and everything as another god that basically where Zeus and Thor become best friends, and they're like they always fight and argue and everything, but just like friends do. But they're best buddies and they save each other. They help each other. They battle back and forth. I really think it would be cool if they did some kind of a like comedy spoof movie with Thor and Zeus, where it's like sort of like Step Brothers or something like that. Because even in the comic books, Thor always says that him and Zeus are have this companionship, that they're more than friends, they're like brothers. So I can't wait to see that. That's a huge thing that's coming to basically the Marvel scene, which means that opens up the floodgates to do other movies with a lot of the other gods, and like hopefully that comes about. Now, the hugest thing, and I mean one of the hugest things that happened this week, had to be that Sony and Disney have inked a deal that will be running all the way to 2026, where you will be getting the Marvel movies from Sony on Disney Plus, and you'll also be getting other Sony movies that will be thrown on Hulu, which means that their partnership is doing really good. Now, that also leads me back to tell you guys something about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, do you guys remember when I talked to you guys about Sharon Carter, about how she used that mercury vapor? There was a lot of interesting things going on, because if you noticed that grenade, mercury bomb, whatever you guys want to call it, and also the tech that she handed off to Baccarat to give to the Flag Smashers, it lights up green, and there is one super weapons company that does that and has that power, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably remember because he comes from Spider-Man, and that is Oscorp. You know, Hobgoblin. So I'm wondering if that is going to be a lead into understanding that they're going to be having stuff like that on Disney Plus now, where we're going to get a crossover from basically from the Marvel universe that Sony deals with too, coming over into the shows on Disney Plus, which means we're going to be seeing like Oscorp, AIM, and Doctor Octavius, especially with the announcement of Doctor Octavius coming back to No Way Home. Trust me, I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige is losing his shit right now with these guys blabbing out their mouths. But nothing they could really do about it right now, because the movie's already set, and I can't wait to see how all this is going to blend together. That was just a mind-boggling. I'm so happy that that's going down. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that, guys, because we're just going to get tons and tons of more shows. Now, like I said before, guys, don't worry. I'm going to be going over breaking down Loki, talking about the Easter eggs and that. I'm going to be diving in. I'm also going to be coming back with a couple of more shows, probably on IGTV, where I'm just going to be breaking down the newer things that are coming out about Marvel, about the new actors, the new storylines and plots. Be on the lookout for that. So, like always, guys, hey, man, come on. You know what's up. It's the close out of the show. You know what I'm doing. Help a brother out. Hit that subscribe button, mash that like button. Let's beat this algorithm. Let's get the Filthy Report out there. Let's get geeked with everybody, and let's just keep it moving. And like always, guys, you know how I am, man. I'm always here for you guys and always loving to do this stuff with you guys. This is such a fun thing for me to do. I enjoy being able to get geeked with you guys and just be passionate about comic books. I just love the storylines. And guys, I know I always talk to you guys saying I'm going to come back with another anime one. I will, especially with the break that we're going to have a little bit of a gap between getting the Loki. Can't wait for it, man. Make sure you guys stay paying attention to this. And with that, guys, I got to get out of here. I didn't get to watch Mortal Kombat. I've been busy with my freaking life and doing my other jobs that I haven't been able to get to Mortal Kombat. So I'm out of here, and I'm going to go watch Mortal Kombat. And like always, guys, peace.